bumming with Bob. Let's have a few brews. We'll have some fun with the bum wine crew. So kick your feet up and grab you a beer. 'Cause damn, man, I'm glad that you're here.
All right. This is Bumwine Bob. Welcome to an all-new edition of Bumming with Bobcat on Premier Podcast Network. And joining me this week, he's a man of the people, a man that's sitting the streets these days. We're welcoming him back for a second round once again. He is the man behind Wingman of the Year. Mr. Hunter Werner is here with us. Hunter, man, how you doing?
I'm doing real good, man. I'm happy to be back. And like you said, this is the second round. I think the first time I was on, we probably had about 7 or 8 rounds, though.
Second official round. Now, how many rounds we get through in one sitting? That's different. It's been just about a little over a year. It seems like it was longer. It was March 30th, 2022, the last time we talked when we did our first podcast together, and here we are now in August of 2023, back at it again. So man, how you doing? How you been?
I've been good, man. It's been too long. I can't believe it's like March of 22. That's wild. But no, I've a lot's changed since then. And there's probably a lot to talk about. I'm sure you got a lot of questions.
Oh yeah, many questions. I got a whole list. Where's my paper here?
Man.
You know, I don't know. I
haven't been on a podcast in a while, so I'm ready.
So what are you drinking over there tonight? What's on tap?
We got a BUSCH latte today.
BUSCH.
I went to the bodega. I'm like, what would Bob want me to drink? And I feel like this is Bob's style is a BUSCH Light. Obviously, You're a big PBR guy. You got the billboard behind you. But I'm like, you know what? Let's throw it back with the BUSCH Light. You can't go wrong.
Yeah, I was gonna say how much that run you? That can't be like $1.75 or something. Man. I mean, it's funny. The one sad thing was funny. There was a convenience store by me that sadly just went out of business because I guess they lost their lease, and they had 99-cent BUSCH beers if you wanted BUSCH Ice, BUSCH Light, regular BUSCH, 99 cents for the tall boy 25-ounce can. I'm like, how do you not go wrong with this price? They used to have Bud Ice at that same price prior to that a few years ago, but it was like, look, like, why would I not get this? I could spend like $2 on like a 20-ounce little bottle of like soda. You're getting your sandwich. It's like, screw it. I'll save $1 and I'll just get a tall boy beer for 99 cents. You can't go wrong there.
You can't find anything for 99 cents anymore. You can't even get an Arizona iced tea for 99 cents anymore.
I know. And now that's why they lost. They must have couldn't pay their lease anymore. You sell those 99-cent BUSCH Lights, you can't pay the rent anymore.
What do you think? Speaking about that stuff, Arizona iced teas. Speaking of that, you see they got an alcohol drink now.
I saw that. Yes, I haven't tried it yet. When I was out there searching today, I saw the place had the tall boy cans, but it was an outrageous like $4 for one can. I'm like, pump the brakes. It's a little pricey. I do know they do have like variety 12 packs of the different flavors. I know they have the original iced tea, they have a peach, I think, and the green tea with ginseng. There might be one more in there, but I think I will venture out into it because I've seen them, just haven't gone that far yet. It's like
I've had a sip of one; they're pretty good. I also seen they got the Sunny D seltzers now or whatever.
Yeah, I haven't had them yet. Yeah, I haven't had them yet either. The one thing I have had recently was the Simply Lemonade, the hard ones of those. Like they have regular lemonade, blueberry, strawberry, a couple other flavors. You just
made me heartburn because you just made me think of like Mike's Hard Lemonade. That shit will kill me.
Yeah, no.
If you get one of those, I'd be dead.
Yeah, no. Luckily, it's not at the level of a Mike's Hard with that like fake malt beverage taste with it.
Yeah,
it's a little more, I don't want to say natural, but they say they create it from an all natural. I don't know what the process is for it there. But yeah, there's a lot of different drinks out there these days, so it's always tough to go out there and search for what you want. And the one thing I'm going to crack open first here, I didn't pick up today, but I did cover a variety of it a few weeks back on the podcast. And since you're high and tight now with Dave over at Barstool, I have here. Yeah, well,
we got an interview with him.
You got an interview, yes. We'll go into that. I know the the comments and everything, but this is. Have you had these yet? The Pirate Water, the Barstool branded malt beverages.
No, so it's what exactly is it? It's alcohol.
It is. It's a malt beverage with artificial and certified colors. It's 10% ABV, so it's pretty much like a little brother to a Four Loko for the most part.
Okay,
because they're Four Loko. I know. Yes, they're sponsored by Four Loko. Look here, I got my sticker is right here. I can't go a podcast without mentioning it. So, thanks, Big Loko. But it's made by the same company that makes Four Loko, and they have these 4 different flavors out there. The what we covered on a previous podcast was the Miami Vice flavor. This one here I'm going to try today is the Sex on the Beach is what we got here today. There is a Bahama Mama and a Margarita.
So they're covering everything.
They're covering everything. So like I said, these are the Barstool branded. If you look at it, you got the little Barstool logo on the pirate hat.
Yeah, those are brand new. I could see those doing well on the market. Like, I don't know, just like the design and the logo and whatnot. I could see those doing some work.
Yeah, they came out in February was when they first announced them. So they've kind of been pushing them over the summer.
Yeah.
But I said, going on point with what you've talked about recently and who you've mingled with out there in your travels, I was like, let's crack open another Pirate Water here and see how this one fares. So cheers.
Cheers, brother. Oh, that's good. No, I got to try those for sure. No, that's definitely appropriate though. Yeah, we just got that Dave interview and whatnot. Get some good views off that. That's end goal at the end of the day. And yeah, man.
You get the people talking. That's the whole thing. You get the eyes on the brand. And what I had to do here is that these aren't bad. But what we figured out the last time is very like syrupy and strong. So pouring it out on a little over some ice here to see how it fares. Oh,
there you go. Well, taste test.
Not good. Very, very fruity. Not
Wait,
bad.
So is this your first time having it?
Having this variety of it. I have not had this yet. So this is my first time trying this variety. I had the Miami Vice one before, which is more of a strawberry one. And this is, I guess, I don't know. I forget exactly what you put in a Sex on the Beach. I think that's like a variety of different.
That Miami Vice one sounds like it would like make you like fight somebody, but like in like a classy way. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what I was saying. You're fighting like
halfway unbuttoned, chest tear out, and
you roll up the sleeves and everything, and you're fight. It's an '80s style fight. Is pretty much how it is. Yeah,
trashy but classy.
Yeah,
you gotta love that. I'm here for it.
Not bad. I mean, it's 10%, so it'll get you a good buzz going with it there. And you want to kick off your night with something like this, go for it, man.
Hell yeah. I'm definitely going to try those. I'm going to be on the lookout for that. It's going to be in the back of my mind now. As soon as I see that pirate logo, I'm grabbing it.
I don't know. See?
That's how marketing works.
And post it out there. Say, hey, look what I found, guys.
There you go.
So how's the brand been doing out there? I know you're out there between the Dave and the Barstool interview, and you got to hang out with Cut last weekend as well. I mean that seemed like you had a good time doing that.
Yeah, so these have been on our radar for a little bit now. The Dave interview came about. We hit the news over the winter that he bought a house in Saratoga up here in New York. Where are you from again, Bob?
I'm in Jersey. Yeah, I'm in North Jersey. Yeah.
Why haven't we linked up yet in person?
I know. One of these days we'll get there.
We're gonna have to do it.
I know.
Just across the border.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, we knew he got a house here, and we had to do some recon. We left him a package. We found his address. Max, he's my right-hand man here at Wingman of the Year. And how we found his address is kind of a funny story. Yeah, it said he bought like I forgot how much it was, like 1.4 million. I think it might have been the house. It's more just the property because it's in Saratoga. It's not the biggest house ever.
Yeah.
Max, this guy's like a private detective. It's like public knowledge. Like they have to like record like the real estate sales.
Right. You can if you know what you're looking for, you can find it. No problem.
Well, if it's 1.4 million, it's not in like the month of like January. It's not hard to find.
No, yeah.
So we found the address. We ended up leaving them. We got him like some Saratoga racetrack throwback merch and whatnot, and we got him some Wingman merch. Mailed it out to his place. Think he got it. I don't think he looked at it too hard because I asked him about it before the interview and whatnot. But it took hours to track him down at the track. We're like checking his social media and whatnot, looking everywhere. And like 20,000 people come through that track, like on the weekend or like in a day. So we searched like 2.5 hours to find him, finally tracked him down. I think we got him right after he lost a bet too. And somebody was like bugging him.
Yeah. So you got him in a cranky mood.
Yeah, but we're like, shit. Like we found him towards the end of the day. I'm like, if we're going to do this interview, it's now or never. Like we can't just keep waiting. Like the opportunity might go away. So we're like, all right, we gave him a minute to cool down after the last guy stopped talking to him. And then went up to him, introduced myself. Hey, Hunter, Wingman of the Year here. Yeah, did you get our package? He's like, yeah, what was it? Like, he's like, merch and whatnot. Dude, I just saw your cat's butthole.
Yeah, she likes to do that. So you're welcome.
Cats are just like women. I'll tell you what.
Just getting right up there in your face, man.
I stole this from the Workaholics. But it's so true. Women are just like cats. They like sitting on top of refrigerators. If you ignore them, they show you your butthole. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You give me attention. Okay. All right. Fine. Look. All right. You have it. You're good. All right.
Yeah. See, but if you give her attention, but if you give that cat attention, it might claw you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true too.
Just like a woman. Can't give them too much attention.
I know.
Where was I going with that?
All right, you're laying out the situation of your just getting ready to talk to Dave over there.
Yeah, so introduced myself and whatnot, confirmed that he got the package, and yeah, we're like, hey, you cool if we do a quick interview? He's like, yeah, sure, why not? And then it's funny, I think you brought it up a little bit. I got a lot of hate for one of the clips we did, but we had a sponsor, Mr. Formal Wear, for the suit I was wearing. Great sponsor. You get Dave Portnoy on there. It's obviously going to get views. That's influencer marketing right there. So the point of that clip we did, obviously we chopped it up the way to get the most views possible, right? So some of that stuff was a little out of order, a little behind the scenes and whatnot. So I opened up with a Wingman thing and I was like, Dave, what's it like being the best looking guy at the track? And Bum, you know me, is a friendly guy, right?
You're very positive. But he took it as the other way. He's waiting for you to. He's like, okay.
I say that to my best friends. Yeah. Always gassing them. But the way we edited that, it did its job. It's almost at like 500,000 views on TikTok. It's running over 200,000 over on Facebook Reels and whatnot. We did our job. That's my job running a media company here, right? It's to get views, help out the sponsors. It's a Wingman move, bring in business. But then the way we chopped it up, I purposely asked him a question about my suit because I had a light blue suit on, and Dave is always saying how he has Fiji blue eyes. So I did my research on Dave. I'm like, Dave, my suit. I said, who are you wearing? And he's like, oh, this. I'm like, well, I'm wearing Mr. Formal Wear. And I'm like, it's Fiji blue, just like your eyes. So the way the clip was edited, it was back-to-back compliments. So it looked like I was trying to, there's a lot of guys were saying in the comments, like, we're just trying to fuck him or something.
Yeah, you're trying to sweet talk him. Yeah.
Yeah. But, and Dave doesn't take very well to compliments, especially from strangers, as it seems. So he's a little like, all right, what the fuck's going on?
But he's saying, what he says, like, okay, where's the punchline? He's waiting for you to come back with some dick comment to say, oh, you're the best looking guy here. You're like, oh, if this was like if you were running the race or something, like, oh yeah, you're the best looking horse here, like one of those things.
I did what I needed to. I got the sponsor in there. and I plugged my brand at the same time, explaining, hey, this is Wingman of the Year. This is what I do. I gas people up. And then I squeezed the sponsor in there. That video is an A+ in my book.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're looking behind the scenes, I will tell you, it did get some hate, but honestly, there was more people than not saying Dave was a dickhead to me, right? And then there were some people like, oh, I love what this stands for, but there definitely was some hate, but I almost love the hate because it fuels me.
Well, I was gonna say,
like,
when you cut it up and you put in that clip you did, where you're putting in all those hate comments in there, just that kind of fires you up more to keep going, and it's like. And like what people were saying, if they were still watching it, they hate it, but they watched it, so you still got them.
Yeah, you know that there's that guy, that professional bowler that just retired. That I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. He's got this big, I forget his name. Max loves this over at Wingman. He says, "Love it or hate it, you watched."
Mm-hmm.
And like that's
exactly, yeah.
But the followers came in off that. There's more followers coming in, and if you're following, you must kind of fucking like it. You must want to see it again. So
yeah. You could watch it once and then just move along. I mean, I know you've done it. I've done it. You know, you'll see, videos that pop up on your feed all the time, and it's like, okay, you'll watch it, you'll get a little chuckle from it, and okay, maybe you'll throw them a like, but you don't follow them for it. You just scroll along. But if they take the time then to follow you. It's like, all right, then they like something about you and they want to see more and see, okay, what do they have going on next?
Right. And then people that are like more positive people tend not to comment as much. You know, it almost takes more effort to be like positive about something. Mm-hmm. It's so much easier to be negative, you know, especially in those comment sections.
Yeah, so you suck. Oh, okay, thanks.
But I'm almost telling you, it's almost essential for a video to go. What I've seen in videos that I've had go viral, there's always negativity. I'm like, anyone listening to this, if you want to go viral, maybe say something controversial or, you know, get the people going, but you need negativity is great if you want to go viral.
That's true. Yeah.
I mean, other than that, things I've seen that help videos go viral, put a hot girl in the video. Bob, that helps.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Always a plus. Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's an easy way to get views. I've learned that one. But yeah, if you honestly, I've seen a lot of creators do it. I don't do my fuck ups on purpose. Sometimes they catch me off guard. But if you just like fuck up somebody's name, like in a video, if you like do it early in the video,
mm-hmm.
like I think I did it was an Andrew Tate thing. I wasn't like promoting him or whatever, but I did like, oh, he told, actually it was his brother. He told like a Wingman story about how the waiter like Wingman for him with a girl. And I'm like, all right, Wingman of the Year nomination for this waiter. And I didn't know Andrew Tate had a brother, Tristan Tate. This video went off for 3 million views. So, but the only reason it went that way is because everybody was calling me an idiot. Because like, that's Tristan Tate.
Because you fucked it up, yeah.
But I like to lean into my mistakes. So I made another video and that got like a couple 100,000 views. And I was like, I honestly just thought that was Andrew Tate before he like lost his hair, before he was bald. And they're like, all right, like he owned up to it. Like I could see his mistake. So, mm-hmm. But the negativity is like almost essential, man. And you know, they're louder than the nicer people or whatever you want to call them.
Right. People like to complain on the internet and just throw out remarks that are not positive to people.
And on that Dave interview, they haven't seen my other shit. I'm like, go watch some of the other interviews that I've done or whatever. And obviously that was probably one of the more nervous interviews I've ever done. That was the biggest interview I ever did, you know?
Yeah,
and I could tell he didn't really fucking bothered. He just lost a shit. He probably lost like 20K in the last 3 minutes before I talked to him, you know, and he doesn't know who the fuck I am. He's a standoffish kind of guy.
Yeah.
Maybe he's a little bit of a dick. Mm-hmm. But I got the interview. People
you did it,
talking.
yeah.
And Bob, I'll tell you my favorite part about that video, because I always like reference people from like I had like girls that I went to high school with. I went to a really small high school that follow me on Instagram, but they don't follow Wingman of the Year. And you see my shit. All I post about is Wingman shit. That's all I care about. And then I had like 3 or 4 girls finally start following Wingman of the Year after I get a Dave interview. But I was like, but I said to myself at the end of that interview, I'm like, this isn't the top of the mountain. I'm not just going to be the guy that interviewed Dave Portnoy.
No. I mean, it's like you said, it's another rung on the ladder to get to, and it could be. You could interview, and you happen to be there at the same time. Well, I was gonna say not coincidentally, because you kind of have been. I wouldn't say stalking,
I know it gets,
but
right.
I mean, when you're sending stuff to his house and tracking him down and trying to find, okay, where is he? When's he gonna be there? Like I said,
what's the line between being dedicated and a stalker?
I was going to say, you get a little creepy, but it was all in good fun. Everybody walked out of there alive, so it's good, man. You did a great job with it. But yeah, you said it's not. You're not done now. You're not like, all right, we did this.
A lot more people know about Wingman of the Year now. I'll tell you
exactly.
That was the goal.
Yeah. People will see that now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just so crazy. Like even some of the people that were like shitting on me a little bit. Everybody's got a different viewpoint, man. I don't care if it's a video on the internet or you could be looking at fucking clouds in the sky and see a different shape than I see. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everybody views shit differently, and you just got to accept it.
Yeah, that's just the world today. Everybody has an opinion. They like to express it. The internet,
it's a cool thing to have an opinion nowadays, right?
Yeah. And you have the platform to express it. You have a social media account on whatever platform it is. You can sit there and bitch and complain.
Positivity, but
well, yeah, I know for sure. You're like the out there doing the positivity, Wingman of the Year, building people up.
Well, what's funny is that was actually one of my more positive interviews. I didn't want to ask Dave inappropriate shit. Like at all. That was like one of my things. Trying not to ask as much.
Right. You had a small window to work with. There, it's not like the other ones when you're out at bars or talking to random people on the street.
Right.
You can do whatever you want. You can ask random BS questions and get outrageous responses. But like you said, you had this short window. You have a few minutes to get your shit in and get it done, and move
sponsor.
along.
I gotta make the sponsor look good too. So
exactly right. You got to get your plugs in and get your content, and then move along. Because probably a second after you left, he's like, "What the fuck was this guy?" It's like
probably, but I mean, everyone already views him as a dick for the most part. But I think the main people were like the hardcore like Barstool guys that were shitting on it. But yeah, that's fine.
That's all right. You do you, man. No, it's fun. It's fun.
If you look at my content, you'd be like, dude, this dude is like kind of like overly positive. If you look at 2 videos before that, I was naked in a hot tub with the owner. So that might be too much for somebody. But then, like, I had a guy comment on our YouTube video the other day. He's like, you don't have to swear as much. I think all I did was say shit twice. I was like, what the hell?
Oh, what the fuck, man?
You can't make anyone happy. But it was on the nudist resort content.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, so I could be naked on camera.
But no swearing.
Shit. You can't make everyone happy.
You got to draw the line somewhere, man. You got to know who you're dealing with and where's that line and where can I cross it? That's it, man. But you gotta.
I'm at peace with it. Fuck it. I got a Busch Light. I'm on a podcast with Bum Wine Bob.
I know. We're here. We're having a good time. We're having fun. We got the. Hey, Dave. We're out here. We're promoting the pirate water here too for you. Even though, and I did actually win pirate water. A pirate water. What is it? A party pack or prize pack? Let me look it up really quick. I didn't get it yet because I had to send them on Instagram. They had a contest. They had a post here. Pirate Water Party Pack, Party Pirate Starter Pack giveaway. Say that 10 times fast. Where you had to follow Pirate Water on Instagram and then tag a Party Pirate, and 5 winners would be selected. So, I was already following them. So then I tagged a couple of my buddies in there, and they tagged me back. And then I got the DM from Pirate Water a couple of days ago saying, "Hey, you won." One of the prize packs, send us your name, address, your ID to make sure you're over 21. Give us your t-shirt size and we'll send you over this party pack. So I don't know exactly what it entails. Maybe by the time depending on when this podcast drops, maybe I'll have it. Maybe you've seen it on Instagram at this point. We'll see. But yeah, it looks like a little box with some shirts, some pirate water cans. I don't know. We'll see. But I mean, I'm all in for free shit. I mean, you don't need to. You don't need to tell me twice. I mean,
there's a reason my celebrity lookalike, Mr. Beast, is the fucking biggest YouTuber.
Yeah, I know.
Away free shit. People love that shit.
Yeah.
I'm going to start pivoting. I'm going to do a lot more content. I don't know what I'm going to give away yet, but I'm going to start giving away free shit because I know that brings views and followers.
Mm-hmm. People like free. It doesn't matter what it is, but you tell them it's free. They're all in on it, man. It works. It works out. It's like, look, who got the Four Loko sticker here? Who got the? I mean, yes, the sticker was free, but the Four Loko, you get discounts on merch and swag and stuff. But they have sent me stuff in the past. I did win some things, and they were nice enough last year when I was doing my podcast at a golf outing. I did a live podcast, an on-site podcast out there, and I reached out to Four Loko before, and I said, "Hey, I'm doing this podcast. Do you have anything, to send me?" They're like, "Yeah, sure. We'll send you a box of, some swag, shirts, stickers, all this stuff." And I don't know if you heard the story, but they delayed sending it out, so I didn't get it in time before the event. It showed up at my door when I got home that afternoon after. It's like, son of a bitch, man. But they meant well. They did a good job with it, so I can't hate on them for that stuff. But yes, people love free stuff. You put free stuff, it's like, hey, you want some free koozies, or like here, you got my my old Bumwine Bob brown bag koozies here, stuff like that. I mean, people love the stuff.
So let me ask you, Bob. So I've done some giveaways, just like sometimes just like $50, and I'm like, hey, this is beer drinking money on a Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
Just tag a friend. I don't get the best engagement on that. How much money do I have to get away for people to go nuts?
I don't know. Maybe $100. I mean, I'm all in. You give me any money. You give me any money. I don't. I mean, I'm all in for it. But I'm cheap.
What about the average person? What gets their blood boiling? Like, oh man, I could win this shit. Because like when you see like when Venmo does those giveaways, everybody's sharing it to their stories and shit.
Yeah, I mean, I'd probably say like probably $100 is probably like the start of the benchmark. I would guess you hit that triple digit, and that's probably where you'll start getting people interested. I mean, you would think for $50. That would get people going. It's like, okay, that's some beers, that's some drinks at the bar. I mean, not a ton of them. I mean, if you're going out drinking on a weekend, but it will get you started. But like that $100 is probably a good benchmark, I would think. I mean, because then you're getting a little. Once you go over 100, I mean, then you're really getting to the point where not that you're desperate, but you're kind of really casting that line out there, I think, a little too far. Right? Yeah. It's like, oh, who wants $500? It's like, whoa. All right, now you're getting a little too crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, that's where like sponsors can come in and like
yeah, if they're gonna help out and work with you on it, then go for it.
Yeah, so should we give away like $100 to like promote this episode right here? You think?
Hey,
I'll do it. Obviously,
if you're gonna do it, then
let's do it. But let me think of a promo for it. We'll share something.
Yeah, definitely.
What's my brand all about? Being a good wingman, right?
That's it. Getting helping out your friends and your buddies and promoting the positivity, as we were saying before.
We'll push them over to this podcast and do a giveaway, something to help promote the podcast.
Exactly. It's going there. It's the synergy. It's the synergy. Say the brand companionship here of working together as a team,
Bob, that's why I like you, man. That's why I wanted to come back on for round 2, man. You get it. I get it.
I get it. Now, I didn't finish my pirate water yet, but still have it here. But like I said, some of these malt beverages, they're a little little strong to drink over and over in one sitting. But I'll go back to it here. But I had to pick up a little something extra today, so I picked up the tall boy can of the Miller Genuine Draft, a classic beer. You don't see too. I mean, you see it, but people don't really drink it as much anymore. So a lot of the Miller Lights. I mean, I love Miller High Life too, so it's one of my go-to beers. But I said
do you remember those Miller High Life Super Bowl commercials back in the day?
Oh yeah, with the delivery guy, those ones.
Yeah, it was High Life.
Yeah.
Like, but they were promoting before. It was some of the best marketing I've ever seen. They were like, "Hey, we're gonna have a 1-second ad during the Super Bowl. Keep an eye out for it." And this is like my favorite Super Bowl commercial of all time because they did it vice versa. And then it was just building up. Just kept letting people know there's gonna be a 1-second commercial. And then I remember seeing that 1-second commercial, and the guy was just screaming, "High Life!"
High Life.
And it just made it. I forget what Super Bowl it was, but it was spectacular marketing.
Yeah. High Life! I'm going to crack this guy. And this one here was $2.25 for the tall boy Canada. So not too bad. Not on that 99-cent BUSCH level that I would have liked.
You're all about a good deal, man.
I am. It's all about the budget beers and the value beers, the value drinking, the bottom shelf. What can get you a nice buzz for the least amount of money? It's all about the best of the worst of cheap booze here. So hey,
Wine Bob, love to get buzzed, loving it. So wait, what is that again? A Miller Genuine?
Yeah, Miller Genuine Draft here.
I don't even know if I've heard that. So that's not just like a. Wait, so would that be like the Miller Heavy?
Yes, that is the Miller Heavy. You have your Miller Light, and this would be your Miller Heavy. Would be this guy here.
That's wild.
It doesn't get as much play. You don't see it as often. You certainly don't see it at bars or anything. I don't know the last I've ever seen an actual.
Rare as fuck. I got to put that on the bucket list.
Yeah, add it to the list. Pirate Water, Miller Genuine Draft. Get it going. Get that shopping list going.
Bumwine Bob would not steer me wrong on alcohol. I know that.
No, and I was going to say too. Have you gone down? And we were talking about the Four Loko before. I mean, have you gone down the Four Loko road before?
I've gone down the road. I know it's a sponsor, but I don't often go down that road.
See, get a little Four Loko. This is empty. This is just for this is my decoration can here.
I don't like not being in control. You know what I mean? I don't have a control problem. I don't need to be in charge all the time, but I just don't like to not in control. If that makes sense.
Understandable. Yes, I can get that.
And Four Loko, that'll make you lose your shit. It's called Loko for a reason. We can't dance around that.
No, that's true. They gave it the name for.
What's the four mean? What's all that shit mean?
Four?
Do we know the meaning behind the full name?
I don't know. I mean, we could try to look it up and Bob,
I
see.
feel like
Yeah, it's like the four, and I don't know because I've been diving deep recently into the Four Loko. Once you get that sponsorship, you start looking up and I've done a few podcasts recently when we've talked about it, and I don't think we ever actually went into what is the four stand for in Four Loko.
I'm good.
That's
because it contained 4 notable ingredients: caffeine, taurine, guarana, and wormwood. The stuff that absinthe is made from. Apparently, that's what wormwood is.
Okay,
and then we don't even need it to tell me why it's Loko.
Right. You have your 4 there. That right there would tell you, why would that make you Loko? You have it right there. Even though they took out the caffeine of it, so you're not getting the original 4 with it anymore.
Listen,
they still mean well.
Of the Bumwine Bob podcast, they're going to learn something. It is. I'm asking these crazy questions. People need to know this. They need to tune in for this episode. Let's cut this program.
That's it. You got to know. This is fun and educational.
My man on the street's kicking in. If there were aliens and they came to Earth and they were kind of fucking cool, what would their beer of choice be? Got to relate it to the show here, obviously. What would aliens be drinking? Maybe they'd be like Stella people, because isn't that like what foreigners drink?
Yeah, you're thinking like something that's like a little higher class, but not like a real like high class.
Or maybe
something they think is high class, like a Heineken, something like that, where it has like this old stigma of being like a high class beer, but it's really not.
Okay. Yeah, or maybe something that like nobody drinks.
Yeah.
What are people
not
drinking? Like what's got a bad rap that still somehow makes money?
Right. Right. It's like, okay, what beer would they think that was like? Man,
it might be that Miller Genuine because it's so rare.
It might be. Maybe and look at this can. I mean, they might see that can and be like, oh man, look at that. Yeah. Like, oh, there's like an eagle or a bird and like a moon on it. They'll be like, oh shit, we want some of that. That's like outer space shit.
Dude, right. Maybe they drink like blue moons or something.
Yeah, maybe they see like the space and they're like, oh, we like that kind of stuff. So very, very good question. I'll have to think about that.
I think you got me buzzing, man. I think the tall boy's kicking in because I'm Loko over here.
Yeah, you're starting to think. Okay, now you're wishing you had that for Loko to crack open next and be like, oh man,
dude, my perfect content mode is 2 beers, man. No more, no less. 2 beers.
That's it. You got that right amount of buzz going, and the creative juices start flowing. You're like, okay, let's do this. What if we did that? Yeah, you're not too far over the edge yet.
No, yeah, because I feel like my mind unlocks. Like 2 beers is like taking an Adderall for me.
Mm-hmm. I'm kind of with you there too. I'm with you. I can see that because me too. I can get that. You get that little buzz going, and then you start thinking of this shit, and you're like, okay, well, what if I did that? What if we did this? And then next thing you know, you just gotta put that pen to paper with it and act on it.
Are the podcast listeners going to come at me for being like an alcoholic saying I need 2 beers to do content?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I think you're good. I think you're good. Anybody that listens to me knows what they're getting into already, so
that's a good point.
Fuck
I'm at the right spot. This is why I wanted to come back a second time. This is a safe space for me.
It is. I always say this is a safe space. You know, whether you drink, you don't drink, whatever you like to drink, if you like craft beer, cheap beer, wine, cheap wine, just regular, any types of different alcohols, it's a safe space. You can come here, drink and hang out.
Do you think people that like craft beer are listening to this show right now?
Probably not. I mean,
I fucking hate them, man.
I mean, I'm hit and miss with it.
Bob, you drink it to get drunk. You're not lying and saying you like the taste, probably. I know you'll say Miller Genuine tastes better.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, like I said, I have some friends that are, the big craft beer drinkers, and they'd always say like, "Hey, you got to try this craft beer." It's great. And you look at it, it's like, okay, well, it's like a 9%
they got cool
beer.
Cans. They got cool.
Exactly, and I've brought that up too many times. It's like you go into the store, you look at the craft beer section, and you'll look at the artwork and the names of some of these beers, and you're like, oh man, that sounds great. But then you look at the price of it. It's like $6 for like one can of beer, or if it's like
paying to be in a cult, man.
Yeah, and you're like, well, I'm not spending, or it's like $20 for a 4-pack of cans. You're like, okay, I'm not dedicating that, because if this beer's shit, now I'm stuck with it, or I give it to somebody else. They're just giving it away. But I've had friends that are big into craft beer, and they're like, hey, try this beer, you'll like it.
I feel like they instantly get me like hungover instantly.
Yeah,
like while I'm drunk.
Yeah, it's like I said, it will get you drunk quick. You're getting a 9-10% beer. You have one of them like a 16-ounce can, and yeah, you'll get a good buzz going off of that one can. Will it taste good? Probably not.
I've never needed help getting drunk. I don't need a craft beer to help me get there, man.
No. I mean, people are like, oh well, you can have like you can have 2 of these beers and be drunk.
Yeah, these waters and make the job.
Right, you can have 2 of these beers and be drunk, and then be passed out on the couch at 4 p.m. in the afternoon for a party that starts at 1. Like, I know I had friends back in the day when we'd have like these like Saturday parties or whatever it was, and you start day drinking at like 1 PM, and they start with these craft beers, and next thing you know, they have one of them, two of them, maybe a third one, and then by like 5, 6 o'clock, they're laying on the couch in the house in the living room, like passed out. Well, you're still out there drinking because you're drinking your Miller Lite, whatever, just regular beers. And you can go for the long haul with that. I mean, you can go all day. You start at 1 PM, you pace yourself the right way. You can go
1 PM all day.
You can go like 1 PM to 1 AM.
You count that as all day, or do you got to? I thought you got to start in the morning.
I mean, yes. I mean, yes. You got to start in the morning if you're going to drink all day. But this was for special occasions. So,
hey, you could have a hot take here. Maybe just a 12-hour window is all day.
It varies. It really varies on the situation. I mean, I could see going from like sometimes I'll say you can't drink all day if you don't start in the morning. Yeah, that's true. But usually it's like the lunchtime beers. You start noon, 1, and then ride that wave through the rest of the evening till like 12, 1 in the morning, and you got a good day right there.
I'm here for that. I need one of those days.
Yeah. So we talked about you and your adventure with Dave over at Barstool, and we didn't touch too much yet into your other adventure this past weekend with Cut the Activist out there, meeting him and their event out there, which was, I was gonna say, a lot more chill and welcoming than
I'll tell
Dave.
you what, that was Cut is probably the coolest dude I've ever met. He's huge, dude. Like, I'm 6'4". He's got to be 6'4" too. He's a big dude too.
Yeah.
He fucking skateboards. He shotgunning beers left and right. He is a dude's dude. Everyone wants to hang out with him. He's the nicest person ever. Just dapping everybody up, playing beer pong. Dude was literally shotgunning a happy dad every time you turn around.
That's what he's known for, so
he's on brand as it fucking gets. That guy is real. I had a fucking blast, but yeah, we had a lot of mutual connections. The guy that over at Old School Hats makes both of our hats. I have my barber actually went to the same high school as Cut. Okay. I didn't know he was from the area. Okay. And then we just did a bar review of that place. I went a couple weeks before to like meet the owner, and then I saw they were having him there. So I had 3 points of contact, and then Old School Hats put me in contact with him. And like, bro, we got to fucking collab. And we went to his party and whatnot, and it was fucking raining, but we had a great time. It was almost better that it rained. It like showed the dedication. Got some interviews with him and had a great fucking time.
I was gonna say, I saw you were going out there with. Now it's funny because you didn't get a chance to ask him about the Four Loko. I did see. I saw the post. You were like, "Oh, ask any questions," and I said,
"I saw that question after."
Because it's funny because I have been going kind of back and forth with him just because I've been following him for a while. I like his videos. I'll always comment on him, and I like to comment the positive stuff out there. I always try to comment stuff on yours and that, and I threw out the. I think so. I said, "Hey, man," I said, "you should do a podcast sometime." And well, this is funny. This is actually, on Threads, now the new thing. And when he was posted on there, and I sent him a message. He's like, "Oh, you can drink any day of the week." I'm like, "Yeah, man." So you should come on the podcast sometime and have some drinks. And but then he responded. He's like, "No, man, I'm not a wine guy." And I'm like, "Well, I'm not either. Yes, the name is Bum Wine Bob, but that's just for the bottom shelf bum wine aspect of it." I said, we're not drinking wine here. It's just you drink whatever you want, bottom shelf, cheap booze. He didn't get back to me after that. And then he had posted something maybe a week or so later saying like if you still drink Four Loko, stay away from me. It's like I don't know how you used to drink that. I'm like, come on, man. I'm like, I like you, but now you're coming at that. I'm like, that feels like a personal attack now.
No, I wish I would have saw that so I could have asked for you, man. I'm a bad wingman. My bad.
No, that's all good. No, that's all good. It's all in good fun. I don't hold it against him for it there. Maybe we'll get in contact again and make that happen.
He's local. I think he's out by the Syracuse area. You know, me and you got to fucking link up. He's in the area.
I just gotta. Let's see. I just gotta. Hey, if I bring him that for Loko, man, I bring this can over to him. I mean, even though it goes against his sponsorship, so I can't. I don't know if that'll be against the rules. Yeah. But how are I was gonna say how are those Happy Dad seltzers? I've never had them before, and I've heard some mixed reviews on the grape, the Death Row grape. Did you have that one?
I had all of them. I had a banana one. It tasted just like that banana Laffy Taffy.
Okay.
It was crazy. But yeah, I only had like one Happy Dad ever before that. I've always wanted to try them. I'm not the biggest seltzer guy. I'll drink them if that's what's there.
Yeah.
No judgment. You know what I mean? But dude, these fuckers were going down like water. I mean, everything I usually drink goes down like water, unless it's an IPA or a craft beer. I don't know if Four Lokos go down like water, but they do taste good here and there. I'll drink them. I drink them.
Right.
But yeah, they were hitting, man, and it's just his energy and all his boys' energy, like his entourage and whatnot. And I had a couple friends there with me and whatnot. It was a good ass time. I couldn't imagine if that was if it wasn't raining out, that place would have been fucking packed, and we would there would have been a lot of Happy Dads murdered.
Yeah, there was a lot more out there. Because like I said, I've never had any of the Happy Dads either, and I know when they came out with that Death Row grape, the one that he mostly is drinking a lot. And I've heard mixed reviews on it. I've heard some people say, "Oh, it's good," and then other people that have said it's like drinking, like grape medicine. So I'm like, I don't know.
After you have like one beer, man, I don't know if this is the same for everybody else. My tongue goes like numb. I can't taste shit, man, after I have one beer.
Yeah, that's true. At that point, who cares?
Like that for you? Yeah, like I just stopped. Yeah. Like, I can't taste
shit. Yeah, it's always the first initial like shock of the taste. Like the same thing with like the Pirate Waters here. It's like that first taste. It's like, oh man, like, oh, that's strong, or that's strong on the flavor. But then the more you drink it,
right,
it's like, oh, that's not bad now. That's actually pretty pleasant now. Now that like I had this Pirate Water here that I poured over the ice starts to melt a little bit. You drink this, you're like, this is actually pretty enjoyable now to drink.
Dude, if that first sip is hitting, it's gonna be a good ass day.
Right, like I said, and a lot of times with like the Four Loko, that's like that first sip gives you like that shock, and that's the same thing too. Yeah, it's like I said, I broke it out 4th of July. I was over at a buddy's house, and we had some friends over from Nebraska. The guy, shout out to Jake Dunworth, who does the theme song for the podcast. He was from Nebraska. He lived in New Jersey for a while, so that's where we met him over here. And then he moved back to Nebraska.
New Jersey.
Yeah. He hated it. He hated it here, and that's why he moved back first. And so he was up here.
I've heard about July. I've heard about them.
But so he was so he was out here for like a week, like around 4th of July. And this was right after, my whole Four Loko sponsorship thing. So we were at the barbecue, and I brought along some of the Four Loko USA here. And I'm like, you guys want to break it out? And he's like, yeah, fuck it, man. He takes it, cracks open the can, takes a sip. And he's like, what the fuck is that? like the initial taste of it. And then just like gave him a little bit more. And he's like, all right, you know what? It's not bad. It's like, is it something that I would love to drink on a regular basis? Probably not, but it will get you going.
So you took his Four Loko virginity?
I don't know if that was virginity or it's just been a long time since. It might have been the virginity, but I didn't get that deep into it with him. I'll have to ask him and see.
You didn't get that deep into his virginity?
No, there was. This was a family event, there's.
Oh,
Yeah.
keeping professional. I like
You
that.
got it. You got it. But professional enough to break out the Four Loko. That's the line.
Trashy but classy.
Hey man, that's what we're here for. So what else you have going on? Anything else that you're working on over there?
Got the big bar review coming out with Cut soon. Got a lot more clips with Cut coming out. I think we got like one more Dave clip coming out. I see your cat's hole again. I love that.
I think she likes you.
I like her. What else we got going on? I got some more long form I want to come out with. Definitely a lot of changes going on over here at Wingman of the Year. I had a lot more people on the Wingman train before, trying to make it like more of a network, but we're going to run it more like, I hate saying it like this, but like me as like the face of the franchise, and like, just less people to manage.
Streamline it.
It's just going to be easier to market if you see the same face and whatnot. And then, I'm at every event we do. Obviously, I can't get all the other people that we had before to be at every event. So definitely streamlining it. But yeah, some long form content. We're going to be stepping up the quality. There's a lot to be excited about, and we're going to step it up. I'm going to probably step into my Mr. Beast alter ego, the rated R Mr. Beast, very soon. That's what I get a lot of comments on that. So, right now I'm thinking, because Mr. Beast, he's all about the thumbnail and the title there, right? He's like, oh, we give away like $5 million houses, or like we recreated Squid Games. I'm gonna do like the Wingman of the Year brings 5 18-year-old virgin dudes to a strip club to get their first lap dance.
There you go.
Tell me you're not clicking on it.
I'm all in. I want to see how this turns out. You
Mr.
have me
Beast
intrigued.
Takes 5 virgins to the strip club. that's just an idea, but I know it'd get views.
That's it. It's whatever gets clicks these days. That you have to try to plan it out.
I hate that, but like.
It's how it is. It's how it is. It's how it is. As much as you want to go out and do the content your own way, and you can do the best thing, but if nobody sees it or can find it, it's just out there.
Yeah, Bob, I'm trying to have kids someday, man. I got to feed those fuckers.
Yeah, you need this. Come on, click those links, man. Come on, get those views up, man.
I want them to think I was cool when they grow up.
Yeah, going back and seeing Dad out there doing hanging out with Cut and chatting with Dave from Barstool. Yeah, nudist resort.
Before he met Mom, it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
It's gonna be crazy. They're like, Mom, why'd you get with Dad?
Yeah, like you saw what he did before this, right? Like look at these clips, because if it's on the internet, it's out there forever. It's on the internet, it's out there forever. No matter what you try to delete it, it's going to be out there forever, so you're stuck with it now.
Red flags everywhere, and they're just avoiding them.
Yeah, you gonna be bringing back the podcast at all, or doing more with your podcast?
We it was called Winging It Podcast. I rebranded it to Wingman of the Year. The last I interviewed the nudist resort owner again. She came on for her second round of the podcast. Whatnot. She had us come back. Really just brought him a lot of business again. That's why she wanted me to come back, because nobody's doing a podcast at a nudist resort completely naked, turns out. So I got that niche.
Yeah, I was gonna say you really hit the nail on the head on that one. Yeah, nobody else is doing that.
Yeah. So I do want to bring the podcast back, but when I do it, it's not if, it's when. I want to do it right. I want it to be higher quality. I'd love to do it in person, because I feel like you could just like pick up on like more social cues and whatnot.
Right, definitely.
And then the quality of the video, like you could get the 4K in person and whatnot. And I want to have like really like, once again, it comes to the views, right? If you got a good guest on there, like it fucking pulls. You know what I mean? So like,
I know that too. I have some guests on, and I do a lot of guests with the in the adult industry. And like you said, you get hot chicks on anywhere, and they share it. If some hot chick shares your link to your video, people will watch it. I've learned.
Yeah. Women run the world. I'll say that. They run the world, Bob.
Sucks for you and me, but hey, we're here.
Hey, we got our place here.
Yeah.
We're podcasting. We're doing all right.
Yeah. And we're doing our thing here. We're having some drinks. We're having a good time. So definitely, yeah, it'd be great to see what you have in store there and the new, as we said, the streamlined Wingman of the year. Because, like I said, I was gonna say, I've noticed recently the changes of where you guys were a year or so ago to now, and how you've kind of shifted things around, and you got to do what's best for you and what works best for the brand, and what gets the views, what gets people involved, what gets the sponsors, what gets everything working the best for you. Like I said, it's your baby, it's your brand that you came up with, so you have to be protective of it and really work on it.
Yeah, no, you said it best there. You gotta, with the sponsors and the views, that's a fine line, because you can't go too crazy, because then the sponsor won't want to touch you. But then, you got to get the views, otherwise the sponsors aren't happy. But it's a growth thing. It's a balance. It's a slow burn. Not going anywhere, man. It's gonna keep growing this thing.
Yeah.
Cat butthole.
It's the perfect way to wrap things up there is with a little more cat butt in your face there, but hey, Hunter, definitely, man, great chatting with you as always. We definitely have to do it more often, work on some more things. Like you said, it's been.
Well, I hope I want to meet you in person, man. I want to be invited to the next barbecue.
Yeah, well, yeah, come on down. We'll come out. You come out here, hang out in the pool.
We'll go together and get fucking crazy.
Yeah. We're getting wild here, man. We're breaking out the Four Loko, man, and shit's just getting crazy out here.
It would be wild, man. We'd get nuts.
No, yeah, it's balls to the wall, man. You're going all out at that point.
Hell yeah, my man. Hell yeah.
But yeah, tell everybody where they can find you, all the social medias and all the good stuff.
Yep. Got to plug the information. Wingman move. I appreciate you, Bob. Find us on Instagram at WOTY Official. WOTY. It stands for Wingman of the Year. Or you could probably just punch in Wingman of the Year. Wingmanoftheyear.com. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Longer form contents on YouTube if you're into that. Some vlogs from the nudist resort to Exotica to bar reviews, all that good jazz.
So on that note, Hunter, man, great seeing you, great chatting with you, having some drinks. Don't forget to check out that pirate water in your travels. You find that out there, and then you can talk to your buddy Dave and tell him how you think the Barstool beverages are going over there.
Yeah, me and him could split a pirate water, and I'll meet him in Rough and Rowdy. That's what I want.
That's it, man. On that note, he's Hunter Werner. He's the man behind Wingman of the Year. I am Bumwine Bob. Don't forget to check out the website at bumwinebob.com. Check out the podcast, Bumming with Bobcat, on all your favorite podcast apps. Like, subscribe, rate, tell your friends, all that good stuff on Premier Podcast Network. And until next time, cheers.
I need a beer.